I've been journaling for about 2 years now, and I've learned a lot about myself. So I'm going to share some tips and some insight about it, and then share what I've written in my own journals with you so you know how I write in my own. Hi beautiful people, welcome back or welcome to Life with Kendall. I know I've been gone for a while, but it's been because of school and my mental health, but I'm back and I'm ready, so let's get into it. To start off, let's get an understanding of what journaling is, since it's different for everyone. A definition for journaling for me is writing in a journal or a notebook, releasing all your thoughts and dreams onto a single piece of paper or multiple pages. And it could also be something to look back on and just like see how much you've accomplished from the years before or months before. Now that you know what journaling means to me, it's now time for you to figure out what it means to you and what is your reasoning for doing it. So the question is, why are you wanting to get interested in journaling? So journaling comes in many different forms and many different styles. So I'm going to tell you some journaling practices that I use and some that you can start now today. Number 1, daily journaling. Daily journaling is when you journal about your day, about anything and everything that happened that day before you go to bed, releasing all those thoughts out of your mind so you have a clear mind and you can sleep well. Number 2 is gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling is when you write the things you were grateful for that day or anything that happened that day. You can either write it like a regular journal entry or you can make a list of things you were grateful for in that day. For an example, this is what I do for mine. This is like, I just write a list of the things that I was grateful for that day. And it does really help because it helps me stay humble and helps me appreciate the things around me, because it's like, you never know when you're gonna lose them. Number 3 is accomplishment journaling. Accomplishment journaling is something that has helped me because I am an overthinker and I am very much a perfectionist. So it helps me like realize that I am really doing good and I am on the right track of what I'm doing. It's just something to remind yourself when you're feeling like you aren't doing enough. If you have that same mindset of like, you know, being a perfectionist or like you're not doing enough. So it's just something to remind yourself that you are really doing something great. It's not something to like, you know, you're being cocky or like, you know, thinking you're better than anyone. You're just reminding yourself that you are really great and you are doing an amazing job. Number 4, reflective journaling. Reflective journaling is where you write out all your negative emotions or any emotion you're currently dealing with at the moment. And then you reflect on it so you can learn from it and become more self-aware. Where I've done briefly in my own journal right here, my venting journal, where I write out what happened, how it made me feel, then I reflect on it, and then I let it go. Number 5 is morning and nightly journaling. It's basically where you journal early in the morning when you first wake up or at night before you go to bed. I use this journaling practice when things get a little bit hectic with my school and with life, just like completely, because it helps a lot. And you could also use this as a starter. It just helps me stay consistent with journaling. It's just like I'm not pressuring myself. And this would also really help you if you want to just ease into it, because you're not like putting so much pressure on yourself to journal in the beginning, because daily journaling, that could be like something you could use later on in the year. Number 6 is bullet journaling. Bullet journaling isn't something that I'm really into yet, but it is a very common practice of people that do it. It is a very good practice. It helps you stay on track of what you're doing. You could also just use it as like, you know, something to help with your to-do list when you're doing your work or whatever. It helps you stay organized and on like keeping yourself accountable, and that can be something you're into and you can give that a try. Now that you know the definition of journaling, in my opinion, and what type of journaling practices there are to fill it out, I'm going to give you some tips on when you start journaling. Number 1, make it easier for yourself. You can use one of the journaling practices I talked about earlier, or you can Google types of journaling practices and use one of those that suits you best. Number 2, just journal. It's about releasing all your thoughts and just clearing your mind. so that you can, like, you know, feel better in a way. It has helped me a lot feel much better. Number 3, separate your journals for different things. What I mean by that, I mean like get journals for different things. For me, I've had these 3 journals for a while. This one is for like my daily and my, you know, like morning and nightly journaling, and I use this daily sometimes, mostly probably nightly. And then this one I use for venting or like shadow work questions. I know this may not be a journal because it says notes, but I use it as one anyways. And then this one I use, or I'm going to use since I just got it, as like my goals and my manifestation journal, and just write out everything. And the reason you want to like separate these is because you don't want to be venting in your goal journal when you want to like have only all the positive and stuff that you're going to work towards. And like if you mix those energies, it's not going to work in a way. Like you just have a positive inside of negative. It's not going to really work. And then lastly, number 5, figure out where, if you want to do it daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly, so that, like, you know, you're not feeling like it's a chore, like you have to do it. It's mostly about your enjoyment of releasing your thoughts and just like clearing your mind. And you don't want to pressure yourself to like physically be like, oh, I have to do it daily, or I have to do it monthly. It's just choose when you want to do it. It's your journal. It's about your enjoyment. Just do it whenever you want. Also, I'm going to include some apps that you can use if you want to journal mobilely and you just don't want to, like, you know, do it on a physical book, which is perfectly fine. Everybody's preference is different. Before I name out these apps, I just want to make a disclaimer that I am not sponsored by any of the companies or the apps that I've mentioned in this video. I am not sponsored. So let's get into it. They're right here on my computer, so I will be looking over every few minutes before I, like, you know, explain it. First one is Sincerely. I'll put the logo right here just in case if you're interested. Sincerely is basically where you go on the app and you just share your thoughts and your emotions and everything on there, and you just journal it out while also getting advice from people if you want their advice. If not, you can put it private. Also, you can keep yourself anonymous. They don't ask for your real name. You can give yourself a name if you want. And you can also give people on their advice if that's something you're into. Like if you like, you know, helping people, which I also give advice on there. It's kind of nice, to be honest, because you're also helping people in a way while also getting help from them if that's something that you want. Second one is the Notes app. Everyone knows the Notes app. I even use the Notes app. I just use it to, you know, write out anything and everything when my journal isn't in reach because I'm out with my family. But it really does help, you know, me stay consistent, just in case if I'm not really using my journal. But I really would prefer that we use a journal because it's something you can look back on, and I feel like it's really nostalgic when you look at how much you've grown. Then we have the journaling app, the new Apple journaling app. I've never used it, but from what I see, you have access to your photos and you can include them in the journaling process of something you can remember. And I feel like that is something you could really use if that's something you're into, if you want to use that app. But it's just not something I'm into yet. And then last one is Future Me. I'm gonna put the logo right here also. I'm gonna put all of them right here. Future Me, I go in there, I've been using it for about a year now. It has showed me how much I've grown from when I was in 8th grade. So it is really nostalgic and it is pretty cool. You can also choose when you want them to send it, if you want them to send it on your birthday, or if you want them to randomize it and just choose when, but it is still a really good app, and I recommend it if that's something you're into. Okay, now that we know everything about some tips about journaling and like what journaling is, before I end this video, I'm going to read 2 of my journal entries, one from my own personal daily journal and then one from my phone from my notes app. So I think I'm gonna start with my phone because I kind of already picked the one out that I really liked. So here goes. Dear diary, today was amazing. I went to school and was able to socialize with people and get the human connection with my friends. I also had a conversation with my best friend, which was really refreshing and lovely at the same time because we just flow so well in the conversation. We also talked about starting a podcast, which we will eventually, but it was really nice. Afterwards, I went to driver's ed and we were on a touchy subject for me, which did hit a trigger point for me, and I had to go on a walk for a few minutes, but I was fine afterward. Then lunch, I ate meatballs and broccoli, which was really good to be honest. I'm really happy I brought lunch today. In last period, I was in a flow work state and I actually got some work done, which I was really proud of myself for. So I rewarded myself with resting in my bed all evening after playing around with my baby cousins, which was fun and I was happy to see them. Then I laid in my bed and watched true crime cases on YouTube while playing a game on my phone. Later on, my mom brought us some food from Olive Garden, which was okay, not better than other foods I've had, but I'm still grateful to eat it, so I did. After that, I cleaned the kitchen and did some journaling by writing a letter to my mom and my dad. I wrote a letter basically letting go of grudges that I had in, which felt nice. I'm going to do a meditation tomorrow to fully let everything go. But that was my day, and thank you for reading. Good night, and remember you are loved and appreciated. Love, Kendall. I'm also going to include some things that I was grateful for that day. 1, being able to go to school. 2, getting work done. 3, seeing my little cousins. 4, all the food that I received today. And 5, meaningful and loving conversations with my best friend. So that was a really sweet interaction. I really like that journal entry. Let's see in here. Okay. I think I'm going to I'll do this one. It's from March 17th, 2024, so this year. Dear diary, today has felt kind of weird, I guess. It's just change. I don't know. I've just been feeling a bit different these days. Maybe the cycle hormones, who knows? But I'm starting to get back on track. I did my skincare routine, listened to affirmations, and started up my morning stretches. And now I'm just watching TV today. Has been something new, I guess. But the thing is, I kind of like the feeling of change. I don't know why, but it feels good but scary at the same time. Always thank you for listening or reading. I love you so much, and we got this, Kendall. I love you, Kendall. Love, Kendall. Things I'm grateful for today. 1, myself. 2, this weird feeling of change. 3, the position my life is currently in. 4, my family's love. 5, my family completely. That was interesting. But yeah, so much for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it, of you taking your time out of your day to watch this. Also, for the question of the day, let me know if you're gonna journal mobily or you're gonna journal in an actual journal. Let me know in the comments. Also, I hope you do really well on your journey to start journaling. I hope it helps you because it's helped me so much. If you want to keep updated when I upload my next video, or to see you know, what I do in my daily life. Follow my socials in the description, and I just hope you have a great rest of your night or your day, and remember, you are always loved and appreciated. Mwah.